It is Monday, May 18th. Oh God, what is there to say about today? Um, Today was annoying. I mean, look, we had a bizarre early, well, moderately bizarre initial upside because we were down. If we're even starting pre-market, the S&P was down 35 points. Then there was some stories from the usual suspects, Axios, talking about Iran's going to concede to this and maybe blah 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 blah. So the S&P goes down from minus 35, and we have an early high up like 25 points. Then we get some more post, but the US says they weren't going to concede to Iran in any way, and S&P has a afternoon low of 73.53, and then at 3:01, Trump comes out and tells that, oh yeah, we had a plan, we had a scheduled attack for Tuesday, but we're not going to do it now because I've been requested, by the UAE and Saudi, etc. So the market had like a 50, I guess, roughly 50-point bounce, and we settled fractionally down. I mean, also we did settle above a 10 MA, but it's a lower low and a lower high. That's not bullish. It's not super bearish, of course, because we're still above a 10 MA. But we do have momentum, which did turn and settle negative. It's only fractionally negative, but in theory, we could easily tick down for a couple of days, get us into Thursday. And that's my guess, kind of net downside into Thursday, ahead of the long weekend. And yes, Friday is open, but you got to think Thursday would be inclined for the low of the week, probably. Anyway, not much to say else there. It's just really. VIX, what does that say about the VIX? I mean, hardly anything. It's just early highs of like 4%, closed red because of Trump's tweet. The only positive thing is that momentum remains positive. I've got to think we're going to at least come to 20 before the weekend. Maybe 21 on a stretch. So if we're 20, 21 on Thursday, then you expect the VIX to be ground back down into the weekend, especially a long weekend. So anyway, moving on. Let's try and go through some interesting names of. There's a few things going on. I mean, Apple broadly down. Don't care about a fair number of these. Oh, look at that. We have a close below the 200 day for the first time in maybe a couple of years. That's that's a problem. American Eagle down 2.8%. Again, the concern should be the broken consumer. First Majestic Silver down for a fourth day. 1973. It's set to test for 200 day. Probably not tomorrow, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. And I would imagine it will hold. AMD down 0.7. Momentum is going. Yeah, actually, I didn't notice this one. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired today or something, but momentum is going to turn negative on Tuesday. So that's a bearish one for tomorrow. Natural target would be just fill all of orange gap. Amazon was up 0.3. Much to say there. I guess you could say. I was gonna say I should highlight this. I mean, look, Friday's candle was a reversal. That did play out, and today's candle was spiky. That's kind of net bearish for Tuesday. ASTS very resilient on SpaceX IPO talk, which apparently is June the 12th, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's a different day, but that's the provisional day in my calendar. Um, Today was up 3.8%, but that's a black candle, and it does lean short-term bearish. There's one there that played out. There's another one that played out. Now this one here, that did play out initially, but then we had a whipsaw up. Anyway, I'm not getting involved. I'm not going to chase these stocks higher. No way. Too risky. Barrack mining down a penny. Boeing trying to spike from gaps. Oh, let me look at that. Orange gap, 200-day, 50-day. I will say today's candle it's not black, but momentum is increasingly bearish. That's a problem for tomorrow. Boeing bouncing 1.8%. Correction, Bank of America bouncing 1.8%. Friday's reversal candle played out as they usually do. Caterpillar down 2.7. You got to think 200 the 50-day 787 maybe. Kamiko struggling. Coinbase down 3%. Not good. Deckers has earnings later this week. Ford was a weird one today. I mean, it was up like 6-7% in pre-market, closed down almost 3%. Again, you can argue last Thursday was this spiky hysteria for no good reason. Freeport down 4%. Copper was down, I'm assuming. Google was up. Okay, stock charts has been playing some little games. There was a chart earlier I posted up on X. It looked like Google was down 0.4, but it officially settled up. Yeah, new historic high. Not particularly bearish there, is it? Depot was up 0.8%. It's another one of these stocks where we're borderline. We're not officially oversold, but we're close. And in terms of a short side trade, look, it's like if you wanted to short it, clearly you would have shorted at the 50-day last time. The 50 days now 329, so that's $30 up 10%. So the risk is to the upside. Again, look at it, cyclically low. This is a bad setup for the bears. Again, the stock is still midterm bearish, and I still hold to my original target of 250, but short-term bullish. That's my best guess. Heckler nearing the 200-day. Intel down 0.5%. Momentum turned negative today, so bearish for a few days. It looks like red gap should fully fill. And maybe we'll get a tag of the 50-day, although that's so far down relative to the current price. That looks very unlikely. Ah, what is there to say? I mean, I didn't notice that one. McDonald's up 2%. Wow. I mean, you could argue, yeah, we likely have a short-term low from 271 now. Teal Gap, 50-day, 200-day, 310 threshold. Oh, look at that. Momentum also turned positive. Well, there's one Dow component that looks pretty good for Tuesday. Meta, down 0.5%. The current candle is a reversal, but it's bullish for. I should note this gap because I've not even got it on there. If I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? Oh, come on. That's not it. Personally, I think Meta's going to be my big short for into the fall. Could be wrong, but right now, I will be looking to short it after the SpaceX IPO. Certainly, there's no hurry now, right? Because one, you could easily fill green gap. Look at the 200-day at the top of green gap, and maybe we'll come up to there again, 730. I actually think 730 looks a real stretch. because basically we filled this gap here. It's done. It's 670. I mean, that's 10% up, right? 10%. Maybe we get up to the 670 maybe mid-June with a SpaceX IPO. But yeah, I like the idea of shorting Meta. The monthly charts are offering a long way down, 300, 250 or so. I accept that's crazy talk, but first things first. Probably bearish for a few days, but net bullish into mid-June. MP Materials was struggling, down 7.5%. Again, we got this big old gap that never did get filled. We tagged it, or we came close a few times. We tagged it there, but we didn't. We could go down to $30. I think that's a given. It's just a matter of when. Meta was up. Correction, Microsoft was up. Probably, yeah. We still need to tag green gap. Maybe we don't. I'm guessing we don't do it this week, but maybe next week or early June, and then maybe we'll get stuck up for 200 day. Because look at where we failed. In the last cycle, we failed at for 200 day with a black candle, no less. Micron down almost 6% on the bizarre story that there might be a strike at the Samsung factory, but that would be good for Micron and it would pressure memory prices up. Micron momentum is due to turn negative on Tuesday morning, so that's bearish. So we have AMD and Micron both leaning bearish from early Tuesday. Netflix at 3%. I don't know why. Nike did break a Nike did break a new cycle low. Actually, a new multi-year low, 41.35, but settling up 1.5%. Nvidia down 1%. Ondas down 8.5%. God, I'm just flying through these. Again, another drone company looks okay for the long term, but short term it's a problem. I don't know what's going on with Transocean. I've seen a few people talking about it. I mean, you could argue this was some kind of multi-month bull flag, but as far as I know, this company is still losing money. I don't like it. And I accept if you bought in the twos or the threes, you've now doubled up. Great, great trade, right? But I'm not getting involved. A Rocket Lab, much like ASTS, black candle, momentum is slowly weakening. I mean, right now, even the 10 MA is looking a stretch. I guess it's going to be around what, 120 by Wednesday. Look at that new scale power down 6.5%. Terrible. Target has earnings Wednesday morning, should be okay. Tesla struggled, down 2.9%. Again, look at all these candles here, which were spiky on the upper side. They played out. Momentum should turn negative on Tuesday. So that's another stock that leans bearish. Take Two sold off, but had a big reversal candle. United Airlines 10.3. United Health bounced, well, after initially being down 3% because of Berkshire's sale. UPS down 1.8%, trying to spike from the 200 day, which is done multiple times. And Exxon was up 1.6%. Gold, silver, oil. Let's start with oil. Let's just do commodity oil. Yeah, I mean, look, oil was up 46 day of 7. We printed 109.47, which is, look at that. We top ticked the upper Bollinger. It's also a little gap zone around 110 to 112 or so. Momentum is increasingly positive. I mean, there's nothing bearish there. I mean, there's a lot of chop though, broadly though, right? So what? How would you trade it? I mean, I get if I had to trade it, I'd be long, but I don't think it's a very good trade. Gold was up 0.4%. A real mess, right? Friday's candle was black. Today's candle was lower high, lower low. Momentum turned negative. Not great. And silver. Yeah, silver had a pretty good day. Actually, had a very good day when it closed. Up 2.5%. I mean, relative though to Friday, Friday was down like 8%. So this is a minor bounce of a 2-day smackdown. Also, momentum is still due to turn negative on Tuesday. Definitely, this was silver's much performing better than gold. Gold is still stuck under the equivalent of 83.04, whereas silver broke above. I don't like the fact that it's trading below this one, this side. I don't know. Oh God, is there anything else to cover? Hell, bonds. Why not? Okay, so the 10-year in the UK has cooled back a bit, 506. US is 4.59. The other ones just keep going up. Oh, look at this. Monthly momentum in TLT's got to turn negative as of June. That's a problem. It's a big problem. I mean, of course, this should, if we look at the 10-year chart, 4.59. Momentum is, look, it's very close to turning positive, which we've not seen since November of 23. And once we turn positive, we could climb all the way into year end. That's a problem. I did see Yardeni today suggesting that he's looking for a rate hike in July, but he's still holding to his end of year target for the S&P of about, I don't know, 8,200 or so, which is it's not super bold, but sure ain't bearish either. Oh, I'm fading away. Right, we're gonna call it. Um, I mean, really, if you're bearish, you want to see the market take a few months to level out, and but it did that, of course, in here, and then of course we only had 1 month down. It was a fake out. And if we went again, not least to a new historic high. So I don't know. Anyway, the long weekend can't come soon enough, right? I wish you a good evening, and yeah, be good.